Hello, Karrion Kross says Triple H was not okay with his viral promo after WrestleMania 41. Kross had to explain to him that it's a work. So, um, let's talk about Karrion Kross again, but from this perspective of just a viewer and just analyze what happened. Okay, and to be honest, if I look at it as a viewer and a pro wrestling fan, I think at some point when you're not booked, when you're not doing anything, there's a area where you have to, do I need to do something or just stand back and wait? Because you gotta put the work when that there is a time or there is a place when you have to do something like main event or whatever television that that you can provide, and then ask, hey, when can I get opportunity? And to me, Karrion Kross has opportunity because when he was on SmackDown in his hometown, there is like a huge like the Kross fans in that, because it was his hometown, of course. But there is a spot and there is a love that from people like yeah. I know it's a hometown, but who cares at this point? There is love, there is respect, there is um, a vocal from the fans that, hey, I want to see this guy on my screen every single week, even though it's WrestleMania. Then I want to see that guy on WrestleMania. Why can't you do that? And I think Triple H at some point uh, didn't care or just move on from it, and it sucks because I think Triple H when he had like a good idea, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but most of them are works. Um, in this Triple H era, it's not that many who got over by itself. Not many talent that here and there that uh, was over by fans and then put them in the main event scene or just getting championship. Not not all of them are like put it up in that spot. Not of them. All I could think of right now, maybe not many really. Uh, Cody Rhodes, of course, but he's already like a top guy before he left AEW. Um, Not that many in NXT. Probably Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker like is already been a fan favorite in NXT. So no. Bronson Reed, he did that. I think the point of we getting pushed was after the Seth Rollins one, but after that he got injured in unfortunate situation. Then I think after that maybe he could have maybe in the put it in the Intercontinental or maybe in the World Heavyweight Championship uh, picture, but again injury. And then after that, not many. But if you look the history, this man has been in a Triple H guy in NXT. The thing is that I'm confused. What happened to the Triple H? What happened to the Triple H in NXT? I think he kind of died, or just his ideas and vision that just cannot be found anywhere else. Just went missing. MIA or KIA, Kill in Action. I know holding like main roster stuff or just book a main roster, it's hard. But when you had all the talent from NXT and you hold most of them or just you manage all of them, is that really hard to do? When you brought him back, what's your vision? If I look at at the point, what is Triple H's vision when he brought Karrion Kross back to WWE? What is your vision? Because the vision was there, holding the what is it, the timer, the sand time sand. I forgot what is the name of it. Uh, and he pointed at Roman Reigns, and then the story went nowhere after that. After the feud with Drew, the story went nowhere. and then he is not doing anything for like a year or two, and then there's a feud with Sammy, there's a feud with AJ, there's a feud with Bobby Lashley, there's a feud with bunch of guys, and then nothing. So yes, there is like miscommunication between Karrion and Triple H, but to me it was like Karrion just, you know what, let's paint the picture, let's work. I think yes, there Karrion Kross is in the fault because he didn't communicate or having conversation with Triple H about, hey, can I do this promo at this post mania or whatever it is. I think could been uh, good, and then maybe he could maybe get a push after that, after this promo, and then he already have communication with him, and then maybe we could see him in the not just mid card but in the main event picture, and maybe feuding with Roman Reigns because they had like history, even though it's not direct, but it's like it was like sending a message. But maybe Karen maybe already had a conversation before WrestleMania or whatever it is, and then after that nothing changes, and then he up by, took it up by himself, and then just said, you know what, let's try this, and yeah. But I think that match was final one with, is it The Rock, because I think both of them are like bald, so with the suit and tie, probably Triple H more because Triple H is wears more suit than The Rock, especially in the scene, because The Rock is now using like this vest and like Gucci or Louis Vuitton or whatever it is. But yeah, I think I remember that Vince McMahon said, "Hey, you need to get over by yourself," and then Zack Ryder did that, and then he got punished of it. I think it sucks that when Russell trying to break out, because you cannot stay in the backseat too long. In the end of the day, you probably might get fired after that because you didn't do anything, you didn't get booked. Look at Almost. Almost was sent to Japan, get a GHC tag team, World Tag Team, just GHC Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. After that, he had to drop the title, going back to United States. Now look at him, not doing anything. This is like a curse to me. Is Triple H know what he was doing? Because I think Karrion Kross was there. He's trying his best. I think when the promo, I think he should have been more like, "Hey, that was cool. Let's see what we can do." Because you look at your scene, main event scene. You cannot put just Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. I think Braun Breaker will be there, and some of the guys will be there. But at some point, you need to push more talent to the main event scene because you cannot select the same people all over again. At some point, again, this Triple H should have been like, take it to the chin and then say, you know what, you did good. Uh, just wait. I'm going to see what I can do for you and your wife, right now, both of you, just both of you. But Triple H, when was not okay, it's just kind of like, what a bitch, if I'm being honest. Just like, I know in this business, especially professional wrestling business, you have to be professional, and most of these, especially most WWE guys right now, just the guys and girls, they are professional, but at some point they getting tired. They're just waiting in the catering, not doing anything. Some just do what they can do, especially like Pete Dunne now doing like in the backstage stuff, which is sucks. Especially that guy is still young, still like maybe 10 plus years left in the tank, and you put him in the backstage, and then you did him dirty by doing the El Grande shit. Same with shout out to Ludwig though. Even though he's doing okay, but come on, you didn't do nothing with him. He's still a good heel character. Still can do promo, and just weird. Okay, but that's it, man. It sucks. A guy like Triple H who are really good with just promo storytelling and now cannot do anything. Though those black on gold era in NXT 2015 to 2019 was like the best year of Triple H's career because how he did amazing, how talented he is in creative. Now he's just not doing that anymore. That's because it wasn't his idea. Yes, the interview does look like Scarlett and Kross are acting, which makes me believe it wasn't planned performance. Still, if you're gonna do a promo that is so far outside of what is planned, you should clear it with the boss. Secondly, this promo doesn't work because it breaks kayfabe. Wrestlers can and should blur the lines between reality and kayfabe, but they should never break them. In the promo, Kross implies winners and losers are chosen by management, i.e., wrestling is fake. If that were true, it would be devastating for the business. Finally, while we're on the subject of Kross, he had a lot of things he did really well, but as exemplified by this promo, he lacked consistency of character. There was a lot of cool elements, but they were sometimes at odds with each other, and in the result, I have no idea who he was supposed to be, if he was good or evil, or who or what he was against or for. That's a good point, but the character Karrion Kross has been in the middle guy who in the side of evil, but he was telling the truth. He was the guy who's on the side of whatever it is, but telling you need to change. He was the voices of the evil one, but in the truth telling way. I think his character was over because of what he did to the New Days. I forgot who it was before that. The memorable one it's New Day and um, I forgot because he had pointless or AJ. Yeah, AJ Styles. Almost forgot. He kind of turned AJ, make AJ turn heel. But the thing is that sometimes you need to change something because you cannot put all your trust in the management all the time. And sometimes in wrestling you need to go for it at some point because how you were there, you listen, you most of the time you just listen and maybe hey mostly you just listen and then learning from the best, but at some point when you just not doing anything but you still listen and you do nothing, it's just at some point you just need to break out. Don, you're correct that maybe blurring the line, but WWE already did that with Unreal. This is like before, not before. This is after Unreal was kind of like announced at WrestleMania or whatever it is, and then Karrion Kross took up upon himself and do that, and then challenging the management. And again, the character was there. He's there all the time. The TikTok or whatever it is, the changing of what it is, just the timing, the time itself. He's been there. He's changing character, questioning, always question the face or the this most of the time baby face, and then changing them. It's already great character. I think uh, it's a good criticism, but you need to look outside more. You need to look outside of the box because Karrion Kross already been there doing that of just being this character of like of this cult or whatever with back in the day with the tag team like of like the Azar and Akam of the authorities of pain with the, but after that they didn't work. Just a lot of bullshit happened. So he broke kayfabe, but I think it's a good broken a kayfabe, if I'm being honest. Oh yeah, and then if you look at it, I don't know if this rehearsed with Vince back in the day. If you know, this is the interview between him and JR when he talked about, hey, when I hugged my brothers, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, when they leaving, I take that, I take all the blame. Sean still WWE champion and they didn't do jack shit to him. Scott and Kevin already left, joining WCW. I take the blame. I lose every single time. This like a real promo, real shoot promo. And I think this like weird to say that Karrion Kross did it in the year of 2025, but and then when you look at this, it is like 1996, 1995. I don't know what time it was. 1998 probably, 1997, 98. He kind of doing his show promo. Did he? I think he probably did talk to Vince, but come on, man. I think when wrestling it's real, things going to look up for you sometimes. Sometimes, but this is like a real freaking promo. And Karrion Kross did it, and then he kind of mad. It's just like weird, really weird. Once again, proving trying to get yourself over rubs upper management the wrong way. Yeah, but Triple H again. There's like rubbing kind of like kind of throwing shade, even though it's not like throwing shade to real Vince McMahon, but it's still kind of throwing a shade to Vince. Triple H being soft to this type of work, he's hilarious, man. This was a great work promo. Even he should appreciate it. Yeah, I think he paint the art, just throwing this art in the store or just in the museum or art exhibition. This put him in the art exhibition. He really don't care. Triple H should have been look at that art and say, hey, that was a good work. That shit is great, and I'm going to see what I can do. But instead, he just mad. Was not okay with it. It's just like, yeah, that's soft, really, really soft. Triple H gave a similar one to JR all these years ago after the Click incident. Strange time. Doing work, the shoot promo without management permission when he knows Triple H wants credit for everything, but he dug his own grave. Wish the best for Karen and Scarlett. Yeah, but in the end of the day, man, Triple H needs to calm down, man. Always work. Just let the people like him, because you pick him. If you're not doing anything with him, just he's going to do it by himself at this point. Not at this point. At some point, he's going to do it by himself. I think it's not professional, but when you hold out, not doing anything, not getting opportunity after opportunity. You got opportunity at WrestleMania 40. I don't watch the match, but I don't know what happened to the match. And your friends or your coworker get fired because the thing maybe you pursue or Triple H pursue didn't work, and you're just not doing anything else after that. It's just like, I understand that they need to do something, and if people really really loved it, you gotta pivot. Sometimes you have to pivot, and Triple H didn't pivot. And to me, I understand, but it is what it is, man. I'm wishing Karrion and Scott the best. I think it's okay for them. I think they will get a lot of opportunity. I think they could kill it. By the way, you should go to Japan. I think Japan could be great for them. Just being strong style and everything. And you have like mixed martial art. New Japan is great. All Japan is great. Pro Wrestling now is great. If you want to pursue like more comedy, comedic stuff, go to DDT. I think he could fit perfectly fit for that. I don't know, just challenging himself, not just serious but comedic stuff. I think he could work, but I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, share this video. My name is Mark. My name is Mark. Karrion Kross says Triple H was not okay with his prior promo after WrestleMania 41. Yeah, the whole TKO was a soft, really soft. That's it. Goodbye.